Hello everyone, it's been a long time since I've been on here, so I thought I would come in and give you an update. The first update I have to show you is we have a new member of the family. This is Milo. Say hi, Milo. He's an absolute pain in the bum, but we adore him. And as you can see, he's going through the bitey phase at the moment, so we're trying to stop that. So yeah, he is my new garden buddy. Anyway, so I thought I would come on and give you a little update of what's been going on in the garden. So we've done quite a bit, and I'm going to give you a little tour, and I'm going to do some gardening bits, and I'm going to take you along with me. So whilst Milo is chewing a stick, I'm going to give you a quick little tour of our little pop-up greenhouse. This has actually been really good. I got this off TikTok shop. If you find my account, The Wild Gardener, it's actually linked on there. It's 40 quid and it survived couple of storms so far, so I'm pretty impressed with that, and we do intend to put a permanent one here at some point when we've got the funds. So this is my first proper year growing seeds in the autumn, and to be perfectly honest, I hate it. It's been an absolute nightmare, and as you can see, quite a lot of things have died. So we've got these lupins completely just went in the frost. And I think my main problem was I had the fleece over them, but I hadn't blocked the air pockets off, so it got damp. So yeah, but in all honesty, I don't even like lupins, so I don't know why I grew them. So we've got some what they call foxgloves in here. These have only just started to come up, but I'm really excited to see those. Now I have lost quite a few of my labels. We've got lots of forget-me-nots now down here. I don't even know what that is, but I took a cutting of it and I stuck it in there, and it seems to be doing all right. And then on this side we have got some Lavatera, which is not doing too well. I need to pot it on desperately. It's looking really sorry for itself. Some more foxgloves in there. I think that's Aquilegia, but again it got a bit of fungus rot, so I'll just keep an eye on that. These I think are Honesty. I need to pop them on. Some more forget-me-nots, and what are these? Campanula. I need to put those on as well. I've got some onions growing in pots down there, just out of curiosity, and that is a peony. I can't remember what they're called. It's on there somewhere. And some Nigella. I've never had any luck with Nigella. It never seems to grow in my soil, so I'm growing it from seed this time just to see what happens. I've got my sweet peas in the little milk carton greenhouses. And I think that's some more Honesty in there. So I'm going to attempt to pot up some of these seedlings before Milo gets in the way, because he's a bit of a pain at the moment. He's on a bit of a mad one. But what am I doing? I'm potting things on. I've already explained this to you. I've just got no space. Milo, in my way. Ah, your claws, Milo. Get down. You are not helpful at all. Stop seeing my gloves. Right, so whilst Milo has buggered off inside, probably to chew something he shouldn't have, I would love your advice and tips on growing things in the autumn. I'm really new. Well, I say new. I've only really growing flowers for about 2 or 3 years. I primarily used to grow veg on the allotment, so I'm really new to biennials and things like that. So any advice that you have would be greatly appreciated, because at the moment I am really hating it. It's a pain in the bum, and I'm a lazy gardener. I will just go and buy things in the spring, but I want to save money. I don't want to be doing that all the time, and growing from seed you get a better choice. The garden centres, unless you go to the big ones, tend to only really do some of the basics. So if you have any advice on how to stop things getting rot, or freezing over or things like that. I appreciate my greenhouse isn't the best, so it's probably not helping very much, and I will be getting a better one soon. But any advice would be greatly appreciated, please. I've got myself a nice warm coffee whilst Milo has his lunch. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an explanation of what we are doing with this part of the garden. So in a previous video, or if you follow on Instagram, you'll know that this was our raised vegetable beds. We had some lovely blue wooden raised beds here with some little paths in the middle. Ultimately, we didn't use them to their full potential, and I have decided that I don't want to have a massive veg patch anymore. I am becoming massively addicted to flower growing, so this is going to be another flower bed, but we are going to make it edimental, so there'll be lots of edible flowers, and some veg that we will grow in between. So I think it's going to look quite nice. That's the plan. So yesterday we pulled out all the blue raised beds here. I'm just going to spread the compost a little bit, because we have got a couple of broad beans in here and some cabbages, and we've got another ton bag of compost to go down. So the plan is this mass here, it's really manky at the moment because we've not actually done anything with it. We've just left it, it's filled up over winter. That is either going to be a massive planter or a little fish pond. We're not entirely sure what we're doing with it yet, but anyway, it's going to stay there. We've got a path coming along here which will go all the way around here. I'm going to flatten this bit here, and I'm going to have my egg chair, so it will be a sort of hidden seating area. We'll grow some nice tall plants here, so yeah, I think it'll look really, really cute. Okay, so that only took me about 5-10 minutes to do that. I'm not able to do too much heavy lifting, so my partner's going to help with the compost. But I just wanted to say, I have no idea what this tool is called. I think it's some kind of hoe. I bought it from Homebase for about 10 quid, probably 10 years ago, and it's hands down the best thing I've ever bought. It's got like a serrated edge on the here, so you can dig things out. It's got that, so you can hook things, and it's got this edge here. I've never sharpened it in the 10 years I've had it, and it still works really well. So you can use it for pretty much anything. So if you want to Google what this kind of hoe is, it is definitely worth buying. Right, the next thing on my to-do list was to have a little trim of this ivy bush. We actually leave it over the winter because it's really good for pollinators and got the berries and stuff and for the birds. Now I have checked extensively for the nest and there's nothing in there, but it's encroaching basically onto our garden quite a lot, and also it's pulling the fence down. So I'm hoping if I catch it now, just before the nesting season really starts, I can tidy it up, and if any birds want to use it in the nesting season, then it's there and I don't need to disturb them. Okay, so I've done a bit on the ivy bush. Before anyone panics and says, oh my god, ivy is so good for wildlife, we do have another massive one of these on the other side of the garden, which we will leave, so please don't panic. So you can see how extensive this is. This bit I think is dead, but I didn't pull it because I had like a weird dust stuff, so I've kind of just left that for a minute. I've still got quite a way to go. I can't reach these top bits. I think my partner's helped with that. So yeah, you can see how big this ivy bush was. It's massive. I am going to leave it for 10 minutes while I have a cup of tea because my arm is hurting. So it's actually the next day. I went to have my lunch yesterday and looked at the weather outside, and I thought, bugger that, it was pissing down with rain. So anyway, I've pretty much cut down as much ivy as I can reach, and I can't believe how much space it has created. It goes all the way, like there's another half a bed behind there. So I'm going to get my partner to cut this bit, and we're going to talk to the neighbour next door, see if he wants it cut back any further on his side, because I think he does. and then we're going to hopefully create that area into another raised bed. So as soon as I can't do any more on that, I am going to start on the next project. So I've definitely decided that this is going to be the little egg chair secret seating area, and we still haven't decided what we're doing with this bathtub, but I do want to put another very tiny wildlife pond in. And I found this old bucket in the garden, and I'd done some googling. Apparently you can use galvanised buckets, and I thought that was sort of the perfect size, just enough that it's just kind of hidden, just a little secret wildlife pond. I don't know, once we've had the big wildlife pond, and we're becoming a little bit obsessed now. We've got quite a few water features and stuff, so that is going to be my project, is to try and dig this hole and get this bucket in. Okay, so that took about 3 minutes. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, it's not flush with the ground, but actually this whole area here, we have got a huge amount of compost to go down anyway, so it will definitely come up to this level, and then we're also going to put some rocks around it as well, so it doesn't need to be like massively deep in the ground. So it just goes to show really that it doesn't take long to put in some small item for the wildlife. If you have any advice, I just want to double check that it's definitely okay to use galvanised tubs for ponds. I checked on Google, most people were saying it's okay, but if you have any advice, I would love to hear it. I'm knackered. Okay, so I can't get that bed out. That one, it's dug in proper, and the dog's getting in the way, so I'm gonna get Kirk to do that one. And you're probably wondering, what the bloody hell is this lot down here? You think you got garden issues? Look at ours. It's horrific. So this is just basically the ivy, loads of branches that have been cut back. There's a big holly bush that we're trying to get rid of because this is going to be the kids' play area. There are a couple of mature trees this way. There's a big old oak tree. My coordination's terrible. That way. So it's not like we're cutting trees or anything. It's just the holly bush. Obviously because it's going to annoy the kids. And it keeps sprouting all over the bloody garden. We also have another tree here. We have got a cherry tree in there somewhere, but we're going to move that if we can. Another tree here, a massive mature hedge, and a tree here, and a couple of these ivy things all over the garden. So it's not like we're actually getting rid of loads of like habitat. It's just the stuff that's going to hurt the kids' feet, or we're going to replace it with something better. So yep, that's a quick overview of the garden. Trampoline, blah blah blah, just the normal kid stuff. So it's got to get worse to get better, right? And you have to trust the process. I'm trying hard to trust the process, trust me. But it looks a mess. But hopefully now, or this year, this will be a much more productive flower / veg in between / wildlife area. And obviously we'll incorporate sensory garden into that. So yeah, the garden looks absolutely crap this time of year. But it's obviously winter, it's going to look a bit rubbish. So I'll just show you what we've done here. So all along here I've planted lavatera and lavender to create a kind of bushy sensory walkway. And then I haven't done too much over here. I basically moved all my hydrangeas and the salvias, and created another little path which is going to go around into the pond area, so we don't have to keep going round. We have got some new garden furniture as well, so this was an absolute bargain. 50 quid off Facebook this was. We got the bench over there, the day bed, 2 chairs and a table. Now, I didn't come with cushions, But that's fine because we're just going to buy some cheap foam, which is not really that expensive, and use throws and things because we don't really go for like matching sets. We go for like the boho kind of look. Yeah. So there we are. So that is the garden in January 2026. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on our garden and how it's going and how yours is going, and are you growing anything for your sensory garden this year, putting in a new pond, have you got a new puppy, and what are your plans for the year? Bye.